Ugh.
Oh, let's see. What's today?
Monday the
Oh, okay. I'm trying to do this.
16th. Damn. So Thursday will be 20th. Today's 20th.
Huh.
Good morning, everybody. You with the morning show.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm trying to fix my little schedule, my work schedule. Okay. Oh, time to get back to. I feel like I need a whole month vacation. Good morning. I mean, a whole week vacation, surely not a whole month. Good morning. This is the morning show with H2O and Dr. Butterfly, the relationship specialist. And we're coming off an exciting weekend in LA. It was so exciting and so much fun. So exciting and so much fun. Uh, what was the highlight for you, Herman? Well, this not just the weekend. Our wedding announcement.
Man,
Duh.
all of it was fantastic.
What are we doing with that?
With what?
Because I still need you to fix do the 2 day flyer.
Right.
Talk about the 2 day weekend for our
On
wedding.
our weekend, on our wedding weekend, we're gonna have a good morning. On our wedding weekend, we're gonna have a 2-day weekend starting off Saturday. We're gonna say our ideals on March 7th between 1 and 5. Shortly after that, we're gonna have a celebration with pictures, some dancing.
So the I do's is in the morning. It's first,
Our ideals are
and
first.
then we're gonna have that's gonna we just leave that as the reception, and then we'll have the after party the next day.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because since we already had that flyer out, so
Okay.
we're gonna have the wedding and reception right after, and then the after party the next day.
All right. So it's gonna be a celebration of love the next day on that Sunday, on our normal second Sunday. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a celebration of love. So make sure you're there. $10 pre-sale, $15 at the door on that Sunday on our normal
Yeah,
second.
that works great. See, that worked out great.
We're gonna have DJ Raven
Yes.
for our second Sunday. He's coming from San Antonio. It's gonna
Herman up here talking in his deep voice. Well, go ahead. I guess that's just your that's just his voice, but right now it sounds real handsome or something to me. But go ahead.
yeah. So yeah, so it's gonna be fantastic that weekend. And I thank y'all for everybody who chimed in on our live
And
this weekend. And thank y'all so much. This Wednesday, we will have a line dance as at Legacy Bar and Grill with Miss Audrey Johnson.
Artie.
Artie, I'm sorry.
Miss Artie, and it is her birthday month. And so whether she know it or not, I'll be bringing her a cake and some balloons over there. So y'all come out and help celebrate her birthday. And it's my birthday month. So y'all
Yes.
come out and help celebrate. Eat some cake.
Everybody share our live.
Herman act like he kind of asleep this morning.
I am.
But I'm about to wake him up to talk about these premarital topics again because we need to talk about our premarital topics since we have not been in and premarital counseling still. And we can pull that book up.
Right.
We can use that book.
We'll use it later on throughout our marriage celebration.
Huh.
Throughout some of the weeks when we don't have anybody on. Right now, we don't waiting to schedule anybody to come on live. So if you would like to ask a counselor
Yeah.
any questions, therapist any question that you'd like to ask them, you can feel free to chime in and ask.
I think a good one would be a good topic is, and we've talked about it before, but how do you conflict and repair plan, having a plan, how we fight and how we reconnect. Because I mean, at the end of the day, people when they get in a relationship, everybody thinks it's just going to be, they get in that little honeymoon phase and they think it's going to stay like that.
Right, right.
But there are going to be times where you feel disconnected, and we understand that like when we feel disconnected, we felt disconnected before
Yeah.
in the relationship, and we know that when that happens, you have to find a way to reconnect because you get angry and then you don't want to let your anger go.
Right.
So
And you have to go away and come back. I mean, if you go away, you gotta figure out a way how to come back and let those wins not be agree to disagree. Let them be win-wins on each party, understanding of what your partner wants. Just get an understanding of what your partner wants. What you say?
one question to ask is, and I'm gonna post it in here. We got a couple people on here. We'll say hi in a minute. One question to ask a partner when you get in a space is, what can I do to help them? I'm tagging it on here. What can I do? What can I do? And
And,
don't ask if you ain't willing to do anything. What can I do to help the situation,
and good morning, Barbara.
to help the marriage in this moment?
Good morning, twin.
That's one question. That's one way to try to get back to reconnection. What can I do to help the marriage in this moment? And be willing to do it. And be willing to answer this question too, because some people be like, if you know me, you know what to do. Some people be trying to be stubborn. You really can't be happy and stubborn at the same time. You really can't. And so, do it selfishly. Another question that you can ask is, and be willing to, like I said, be actually willing to answer it. What do we agree on? Because a lot of times people keep telling what they don't agree on. What do we agree on in this situation? Because a lot of people are so focused on what we don't agree on, and if you stay focused on that, it starts to sound like you incompatible. You build up a whole wall of we're not for each other. What do you say about that? The asking the question, what do we agree on? That's how you actually get to win-win situations.
What do we agree on? What do we agree on?
No, I'm not talking about me and you.
No, 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 no.
Go ahead.
I'm just
Sorry.
coming from the
Okay.
male perspective. If I
Okay.
hear my lady or you say, "What do we agree on?"
Right. In an argument, if we have
That's gonna sound like fussing to me. I'm,
ah,
to the male for the male population. I'm gonna say that sounds like fussing to me. Now, my brothers, if y'all on here, what do you think? Good morning, Anjanelle.
he said, what do we agree on? Sound like fussing. Like if we're
Right.
arguing and
And you say, what do we agree on?
no, I say so with the way there's a process, and so in the process, the first thing that people do in the win-win solutions is they state their first of all they state their own like
Mhm.
what their argument is. First of all, that's what they're supposed to do.
Right.
In the win-win solution, I've been working this out with a lot of people. In the win-win solution technique, the first thing is to state your what's the word like your argument or your position.
Right. Right. Right.
State your position.
Mhm.
And the reason why I say, and then the second thing, what do we agree on? Because usually what people is doing is trying to say, well, I don't agree with this, and I don't agree with that, and I don't agree with that.
Right. Right.
So why do you feel like that sounds like fussing?
All right. So the first thing would probably be identify the situation,
Okay.
and you move the problem out. So if this is the problem, you move it out, and you focus on that problem instead of saying, "What do we agree on?" Because you're gonna come to that. You're gonna come to that. Okay, I agree. We should look at this magazine 6 p.m. You said in the morning. First thing that we agree on, we should look at the magazine.
Yeah, okay.
That's without spoken. That's being without spoken because when you start saying that, it's like, well, what do we agree on? So that's
Right.
so we agree. We know we want to look at this magazine. The next thing is do we look at it together or do we look at it separately?
Well, I want to say something first, real
Yeah,
quick.
go ahead.
So anyway, he always talking about fussing, but this was real funny. I love when it come back to him. You're fussing at me. He loved to say that. Well, guess what happened to him this weekend?
Oh.
He was fussing at Devin, and Devin said, he said, now you fussing. Now you keep fussing at me. Well, he did handle it well. He said, okay, Devin, okay. I'm sorry. After a minute, he said that. At first, he did like I do. He kept trying to explain himself. And Devin said, no, 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 you're still fussing at me. You've been fussing at me since yesterday. Devin got you. Ooh, I love that. Devin got him with his own stuff.
Well, if anybody see that
Ooh,
video,
that was
if
funny.
anybody see the video of us dancing, then you kind of know why I was fussing at that.
Yeah, because he didn't get our video, our swing out video. Man, that was it. We didn't even have our stepping video in the contest.
Right. Well, we'll find it. But yeah, so that's why we were. That's why I was like, Devin, what are you doing? You know, and he considered that as fussing at him. I wasn't yelling. I was just probably doing a little bit of fussing, like, hey man, what's good? What's going on, man? And some other stuff he did that I didn't totally agree with.
And then he was drunk at that party because he
stuff I didn't totally agree with.
because they had some
Punch.
like spike punch.
He was drinking that stuff. He is old enough to drink. He's 22. And I was like, what?
And then he had a
taking
shot.
shots. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I mean, he was like staggering drunk. I was like,
He was loud.
yeah, I was like, man, out of characteristic and everything. I was like, man, hold on, bro. Come on, son.
He said, "You fussing at me." Hey, twin. Hey, Regina. We appreciate the congrats.
Thank you.
And she said she rooted for us, and thank you. I appreciate that. It's a big deal for people to be rooting for you in marriage, and we need to get back to that. Like when they used to say back in the day, you go to people, and and they tell you about working it out. Shit, all people talk about now is leaving. I wouldn't put up with that. I will leave.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put up with this. I wouldn't put up with that. I wouldn't figure out how to
That's
work it
a
out.
big issue, and that's a big part of why they're by themselves and they be lonely. Because I wouldn't put up with that, and I leave. But some things it takes about figuring out. Now I do agree with on some items where I wouldn't put up with some stuff. Some things you don't put up with, regardless, whatever the reason behind it. But yeah, it's talk figuring out. At this age, we probably got more years behind us than we have in front of us on the cool. Um, just saying, so do you want to be alone? Forever?
And it ain't alone. I mean, my thing is, I do want to be. Even when I was single, I realized how much I want to be in a relationship. But at the same time, I don't want to be in no bad relationship. And just because people are not in a relationship, don't mean they're alone.
Right.
They just not in an intimate partner relationship. Because I had to address that with myself when I was getting divorced. My first thing was I had to stop saying I didn't want that, thinking that I was going to be alone because I wasn't going to be alone anyway. I have family, a community, I have my kids, you know,
Right.
myself, my self-esteem, my, things with myself too that I enjoy. So I won't be alone regardless because alone means you by yourself,
Right.
but at the same time, I don't want to be in a bad relationship.
Absolutely.
And so, just really having a really good understanding up front. So, premarital topic, one of our topics today is conflict and repair plan, how we fight and how we reconnect. Now, you said, what was your suggestion? I was giving y'all my clinical win-win solution, but he's sent me the suggestion again. You said to start with the problem first, or what? Or start with what first? You said this is what we're talking about.
Right. So what we're going to do, we're going to you're probably going to need to identify what we're talking about. This is non-clinical. This is straight from the school of hard knocks.
Right. He's what he.
What I'm saying, HUD's is clinical. I'm straight from the school of hard knocks. So let me just establish that and let y'all know. So identify what's the argument about. Identify. So you're all.
Let's deal with a real one. I'm
So
just saying, let's deal with a real one instead of this book. So one of them could be
all right, arguing over sex. We don't argue over sex, So
okay. We'll argue over.
I mean, as much as how much you don't want to do it every second. Like I mean, I'll get a bent over right now and just like
Duh.
But because that's just a man, they're like, hey, let's do it every second of the day, hey, and it was working, so it's working.
We won't talk about sex, but sometimes I can be tired because we always doing too much. And so he'll be like, we haven't had sex for 2 days. It's been 3 days and it only been one day. Okay, so you can use that topic. You don't have enough sex. Just say if that was the argument. Okay. That's a real argument that from time to time come up because he be exaggerating. We haven't had sex for a week, it'd be one day.
That's just a negotiation tactic, man. I'm just trying to say it. Hey, we've been 3 weeks, we ain't had sex,
Yeah,
so
and it'd be a day, it'd be 2 days.
maybe a couple hours.
He's exaggerating.
But I mean, hey, who's counting like that? Who's counting that? So she said, and she
So
like,
we'll use that as a topic. Okay.
use that as and she's like, I'm so tired.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Okay. So anyway, that agree to disagree don't work, just so you know. And it just builds walls of we're not compatible. This is how people build this wall of incompatibility. And when you build a wall of incompatibility, it's really hard to tear down if you ever get it tore down. So if you keep on with that agree to disagree, I don't know whoever came up with that, but it doesn't work. But anyway, so this is what, so we're trying to build bridges towards each other instead of walls in between each other. And so how do we build bridges towards each other? That's where I came up with the, okay, instead of arguing, oh, well, I don't agree with this, and you said this, and I don't agree with this, and you said that, and I don't agree with that, that you're not going to work through nothing like that. That's why we start with what I do agree with. Okay, okay, I agree that, okay, we could have more sex. I'll start there. I can agree with we can have more sex. We could have more sex. I agree that you can feel, I mean, depends on what the argument was. If he had said, okay, I feel disconnected when we don't have enough sex. Okay, I said, okay, I hear that.
This is not a true argument.
Yeah, this is not a true argument. We just using one. But he do say that from time to time, but he be exaggerating. But but I could say, uh, I agree that we could, I agree that we don't have enough. I agree that it would be better if we had more. I could agree that whatever I could agree to. And then when we finish with what we agree with. We try to stretch ourselves to say, now, if I could be more, if I was being more open and understanding, if I would stretch my thinking, I could also agree. And we try to find one more thing to agree to. So that's the plan, and we do it in counseling, and it works. And I try to train people on doing this. This is one thing that I train people on doing a lot, and it works. And people usually can come up with one more thing that they agree with when they stretch themselves, and then they are very close. They end up being very close to agreement. So what we want to do is get closer to agreeing with more, rather than okay, I don't agree with this thing, I don't agree with that thing, I don't agree with that thing. Eventually, it sounds like we shouldn't be together. So that's one of them. Okay. So what you say about that? When you hear the whole win-win solution, the way it works is that what you're supposed to do is you say everything that you agree with, and then you try to stretch yourself to agree with one more thing that you hadn't previously agreed with. It just comes with more agreeing things. You come together with more things you agree on than rather than things you don't agree on.
Right.
And it can feel weird. It's understandable that it feel weird to Black people because we didn't go to counseling and we didn't really learn tools. That's why people come to counseling to learn tools, to get tools. It's because it'll feel weird when you're doing it, but it's a technique. So yeah, it feel weird. It may feel like you're fussing at me when a person say, "Okay, let's sit down and talk about what we do agree with." It can feel really weird. It feel white or something. Okay, but it's because we haven't learned tools. We have not learned conflict resolution techniques. And so when you finally hear them, it can sound like it's weird and white.
Right.
But so what do you say about that? Like sounding like, oh, it's kind of therapeutic. It's kind of like, I don't, it's kind of sound like a little white thing. Hey, Dee Dee, pretty brown eyes. Dee Dee, pretty brown eyes, Grand Rising. Good morning. We're talking about win-win solutions over here. That's why I don't always want to bring someone on the show, is because I actually want to teach y'all some things and I want to teach it to you for free. And these are the things uh that I get paid a lot of money in counseling to teach, are things like win-win solutions. Um, because I tell people, don't keep going to your friends for counseling. First of all, when your friends see you, they don't want to do counseling with you every time they see you. They don't want you to keep on talking about your relationship. But they can't teach you. They don't have no tools to give you unless they've been watching my show,
Or going.
our show, right, or going to counseling. They don't have any tools to give you. They just gonna tell you they wouldn't put up with that. But that's not gonna help you.
Right. Right.
Or they're gonna get a attitude with your partner or whatever, build resentment up with your partner. Think you with a no good person, and then you mad when you go back around them again because they treating your partner like crap. But you the one over there telling them bad stuff about your partner.
True. True. That's why I say talk to a professional. Don't go to your friends that you think are your friends. And they are your friends, but
Right.
they're just not professional. Just don't understand how to navigate you through your situation. That's what Dr. Butterfly gets paid to do. Now help you navigate through your situation.
Right, and I do it every day. So like when you come into someone who do this all the time, I feel like black people need to be with a specialist because we too far out there sometimes. And we be scaring people too. Like y'all be scaring the white people. Black couples when they go over there, when they come, sometimes they scare the white people because they
Right.
be in there hollering and doing all that. That hollering don't bother me. Yeah, they be being loud, and white people scared of people getting loud, even though their own family get loud. But they pretend that they scared of people getting loud. You know, they was the first ones getting loud and beating people and uh, dragging people and castrating people and all that. But
Okay.
no, I'm just saying. But now I'm just saying, not all white people, but I'm saying the ancestors.
Right.
But
Right.
they be scared of y'all black people. But get with someone who does it every day if you're serious about your relationship.
And we have some referrals that we can refer you to other people. So get with Shanette. We should be able to refer you to somebody that can help you in your situation.
Right, write down when you come out here and you see Dr. Darren, get his information. When you see Antoinette Winters, she be
Yeah,
on
she
there.
maybe provide some information. I don't think Dr. Darren, I don't think he's
He we
I'm not sure.
no, we don't know. He didn't say he wasn't accepting new clients.
Okay.
And even if he's not, he can refer you to someone. But he didn't say he wasn't accepting new clients. Dr. Darren, and then I have my other friend, dang, me and my memory is terrible.
Well, we have our case man.
But I
We
had some
have a
more
case management department
friends.
now.
Right, we're trying to get that going.
Dr. Shanette has her case management department going, and if you reach out to them, they would be able to get you some fantastic referrals.
Right, right. So that's what we're doing too. We're starting that. But the main thing is have a professional. If you're in a serious relationship, have a professional counselor and go like once a month. Even if you don't want to go all the time, go once a month. And it's not about arguing. Don't go in there arguing because if you go in there arguing, especially if you take a black man in there and you give him a whooping and you gang up on him and counseling,
Yeah.
he's not going back. So don't do that. Just go in there and try to find out ways to work through issues and create better connections. So this is part is we're talking too about learning how to reconnect. What are some ways you reconnect that we found to reconnect, Herman, that you found to reconnect when we feel disconnected?
Um, learning your partner is going to be vital. So, like, I learn what you like and what you don't like. And when I say that, hold on, give me a moment because it sure sounds like we're cutting in and out on your microphone. So, whenever we in argument, so I know what you like and what you don't like. I know how to piss you off if you need to get pissed off a little bit. If you
I don't ever need to get pissed off, but go ahead.
sometimes you do,
Why?
huh?
Why do I need to get pissed off? Yeah, I know sometimes I do get pissed off, but why do I need to? Why do you want to help me get pissed off? That ain't no good idea. Don't be running my blood pressure.
About certain situations.
Cause I don't like my blood pressure being real rose. Cause
I
I
mean,
know
that's
as soon
just,
as I get irritated, my blood pressure
but
be up.
I'm not upset with me. I'm just
Yeah.
upset in some other matters.
Uh,
So you know, if you need to bring some energy. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So if I need to have you bring some other energy to a certain situation, then I
he
can.
wanted me to get upset at my daughter this weekend,
Like,
but I didn't really.
I,
I didn't really get upset at her. I just only thing
I actually kind of calmed you down, and your daughter, she,
yeah, I did, but I just set a boundary. That's what I do. I just tell them what the rule gonna be. This is what's gonna happen. If you do this, then this.
yeah,
And I do this. If you do it, I follow through with my end. So I don't come and be real upset and hollering and screaming and doing all that drama. I just tell you what it's gonna be. This if you break this rule again, this is what's gonna happen. And okay, and if they break it again, that's what's gonna happen. And that's it. That's all I do. I don't come and
it's the first thing I told you is relax, don't be upset, and then I showed you the video.
right. Yeah, I was mad, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to go in there, go and holler. And if I was home, I probably would have, but I had a few days to calm down. But still, I don't want to approach things in that way, like hollering and screaming and doing all that, even in a relationship.
Right.
Say what it's going to be and stand on it to a certain point. I still have to stop because sometimes my stand
Can
on
y'all
it be
hear
too
me?
big.
Chime in.
Can y'all hear us? Sometimes my stand on it be too big. You can hear, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I can go over here and see if I can hear because I
Oh,
have my
click,
volume down.
let's click on the volume.
Hello? Hello?
I don't know, you gotta click over there.
Where?
Oh, right there.
Hello?
Yeah, there we go. We'll go ahead and cut it there.
Oh,
There we
okay.
go. We're good.
Oh, okay. But so you say know your partner? What does that mean? So know what calms them down?
Absolutely. That is the biggest thing. More than what more knowing more than what gets on their nerves, more than anything. Know what calms your partner down is your first focus that you need to learn.
What triggers us? Tone,
Know what triggers.
criticism, silence, or feeling controlled. Which one? Out of those four, which ones triggers me? You should know. What triggers each of us?
Well,
People's
criticism.
tone, criticism, silence, or feeling
It's the
control.
first number one thing for everybody is nobody likes to be criticized.
But which one is mine?
Feeling controlled.
Yeah, that's what I don't like.
Control you. But
That's
criticism is the first one, and then feeling like you're controlled because we don't talk criticism in our household. We like to keep a in our household we like to keep down. We don't like dysfunction. At this age, there's no need for any dysfunction. Keeping dysfunction down, but feeling controlled is one of your main key focal points. You hate to feel controlled.
Oh, but I do like having a man around making decisions, but I just hate feeling controlled. And I do like when you make decisions, you run stuff, you have an idea, you have a plan. I love that. But I don't like when nobody trying to, well, not controlled. I don't like nobody trying to change me. That's my problem. But so what is yours? What's your biggest trigger? I know what it is. Criticism.
Right.
And he take anything and think it's criticized. I be feeling like when men come in this relationship with this ideal, you're fussing at me. Well, they're gonna feel upset a lot. But don't nobody be fussing at them. It's just that you're gonna feel upset a lot. But a lot of men do think that about women. They think we got a tone. They think we nag too much. You don't want to work through issues. Like that whole thing, I don't know where did that come from y'all men? Y'all thinking women nag
Right
too much when
now,
they come in with a conversation.
to read instead of using verbal words, but you have to answer questions with solutions.
With
So, for
solutions, that's not a
instance,
bad idea. That's a good idea. Say that again.
write down, write them down, and allow partners to read instead of using verbal words. But you have to answer questions with solutions.
That's cool. That's a good one. That's a good one. It can work. Can be problematic too because sometimes people don't want you to solve their problems, and sometimes, because that's one thing women have a problem with is when they tell a man something, they always want to solve it. Because I mean, men are probably more problem solvers than what we are. But I do think that is a good idea though to use that. That's one technique that can be used too. Is write it down and then you must answer it with a possible solution. And the reason why I think that's a good idea is that I tell women all the time, don't bring a man a problem without bringing him a possible solution. Because men, if you bring them a problem, they're going to try to fix it. That's just a man's way of doing things. And so if you're going to say like, this house is always dirty. Okay, what the hell? What do you want me to do about it? That's what a man thinking. And say, can you help? Can you help more around the house? I don't feel like you should say more. I feel like you should say like, hey, can you wash dishes you know, can you wash dishes when you come home at night? Or something like that. Or can you wash the dishes in the morning before you leave? Or something. Like you should actually have a actual measurable uh thing there to ask, not just more, because my more and your more is not the same thing.
All right. So we got 15 minutes left,
Okay.
and we can have some more discussions on this tomorrow. But what I want to try to get into now
Oh yeah, talk about the contest
is
real
the
quick.
contest. Let me see that magazine over there.
Man, that contest was fun. We did
So,
really good in the stepping part too, y'all.
so this here is where we went to, and this is
And we had heavy
the
competition.
5th annual National Dance Masters competition. Me and John, Jeanette, Jen, and Georgia were all there. John, his partners was Georgia and Jen, which they had a great, which John and Jen won the bop, and the next day, John he won a grab bag in California and Chicago stepping with great steppers there. This is some of the people that were in the contest here.
We'll have this magazine at our Wednesday thing. We'll have a magazine for you to look at. Man, it was so much fun. It was so elegant.
So we had a lot of people that some people won the world's largest. We had people that won a lot of stepping competitions.
Oh yeah, Theo won the other Theo Duncan, he won first in stepping, but it was winners take all. So
Yeah,
John had 4 10s. I mean, he had all tens and 1 9, and Phil had all tens, and so
right.
it was tight.
Yeah, it was really nice.
It was a tight contest.
Um,
But we did, but we did really. We had some high scores in stepping. We had a bunch of tens in our thing, and so it's cool too to just get in the contest and get judged and see like where are you? What's your dance? What do people think about your dance? And so that was cool to get judged and swing out. He forgot he been stepping so much that he almost forgot how to swing out.
well,
Because that stage, you get nervous though on that stage. It's
yeah,
different.
yeah. So yeah, that was
It was still fun.
that was really good, really good.
The highlight for me was the grab bag. Oh man,
Now also during that it was a live band, live professional
Tiffany.
band that was playing the symphony. And it was absolutely gorgeous. The food was absolutely
That's the
terrific.
best album I ever tasted.
The
I ain't
next
gonna lie.
day they had they had another event gala, and it was sold out, so we did not attend.
Right,
So, but I'm sure that was an absolutely extraordinary event. We did attend the what was the grab bag, and that was
right. The next day at another place.
another location, and that was absolutely terrific. If you're in
I
the Los
loved it.
Angeles area, I don't have the flyer on me right now, but if you're in the Los Angeles area, please look at these two events and talk to them there.
I loved it, man. I had so much fun. I just been smiling. I really love that grab bag, man, because it was so much talent on that floor. I felt like that grab bag was like a lot of times better than the regular competitions.
Yeah, and the grab bag was put together like this. This is how you normally do grab bags. Nobody was signed up
Right,
until when you went there and you put your name on the list. This is not a pre-qualifier
right.
for a grab bag. We do grab bags, and what you do is you walk in, you ask people, "Do you want to be part of the grab bag?"
Well, they have advertised it, so people knew,
Right, people knew.
but they
And you
still
say,
kept
"Do you want to be
asking
part of the
too.
grab bag?" And you put your name on the list as you arrive. So it's not something that you have to. And then if it's only 3 people there, then you just roll with the 3 people that you have for the
Right.
grab bag.
But a lot of times, a lot of people sign up if you really
Yeah,
ask them
right.
because they end up having,
They'll sign up.
how many people they end up having? Like 10 couples,
Yeah, about 10 couples they had. So
about 8 couples or something, a lot.
yeah, so that's how you do a grab bag. So it's not you know, now a regular competition, yes, where you have to turn music in, you do have deadlines on those segments. So absolutely you do have deadlines. A grab bag, no, you just show up, whoever joins your grab bag and they dance. So so just let's not
And I liked
say
when they did it, they put 2 on at a time, and so it didn't take very long. I
right.
didn't like also how they did the judging because it was kind of weird. But uh if you want to win a grab bag, the way you have to win is that you have to win by a landslide.
And
And if you win by a landslide, then you ain't got to worry, you're gonna win. If you don't win by a landslide, But at the same time, go out there and have fun. Get in a grab bag because you want to shine. Get in a grab bag because you want a spotlight. Get in a grab bag because if they have the regular judges who give you the numbers, maybe you will know like, okay, this is something I could work on. If they had actual judges who you could talk to, you could say, what could I have done better? Get in a grab bag for these reasons.
Right.
Don't get in a grab bag because you gotta be the winner because the way the judging be in grab bags sometimes be kind of weird. But what I will tell you is bring it home. Go in there and show the hell out and bring it home, and that's when you're gonna win.
Right.
Like that's what John them did. Went in there and left it on the floor. And then it's no idea, well, he might win. Go in there and win by a landslide.
Right, absolutely.
Nah, otherwise you might not win, but if you don't win, don't be mad.
And if the crowd judges, then you got to with the crowd. So
Right.
as far as
That was crowd.
technicalities go, technicalities are not just, you need the technicalities, yes. Do you have to step perfect in your lanes? And not really. However, you do need to move the crowd and
Right.
also
You
if
need to
you're
be entertaining.
right, be entertaining. And also if you are in a if you're in a judge competition, then that's where your fundamentals matter for your
Well, your
base.
fundamentals matter, period, because all the people in
Well,
there know what
it
they're
matters more.
steppers.
It matters more.
Right, matters more, right.
It's heavily weighed more.
Right. They gonna judge every little
And
thing.
because if you're off and you win the crowd, they really don't care about that. They care about your
Well, they still care because the
foundation.
crowd are steppers, so they all know. They know what stepping is. Those are all like really good steppers.
Right.
They know if you off. But no, not that. But I'm saying if you not total like, oh, she didn't follow that one move. If it's the crowd, they're not gonna be like so
Right.
big on that. They're gonna be like, shit, I like this shit.
Right.
Right. But the judge is gonna be like, if you just don't do one thing,
Or it'd be heavily more scrutinized as far as foundation work goes. That's what I'm
right,
saying.
right. Crowd want excitement. You go out there, that man got on the ground and shit, almost like, what did he do? Like almost did the splits
The
and
lady
did
saw whooping them.
some stuff.
Oh Lord, the lady saw whooping them.
But they are really good dancers because I know that guy. So I mean, they were on beat and all that stuff while they was doing all the shenanigans. But that's what people want to see in the crowd, and that's what I want to see. Shit, I don't like. I mean, it ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't like excitement, man.
Our dance during our competition, we played California Love.
Yeah, that was fun. And I came out there and said,
Uh,
show some love, California. I mean, I said, make some noise. I said, make some noise, California. You didn't hear it because you was focused on your stuff, but other people heard it.
yeah, I was
I
doing.
was up there.
So yeah, everybody did her. They was asking about. So it was really terrific. You have to win on the dress. I was dressed.
Yes, we had our gold on.
Yeah, so that's important. You got to win in the music category. That's why we received a lot of tens and some nines.
And what?
In Chicago stepping.
They don't the musicality, but not the music that you choose.
It was a combination of all of them.
Oh, okay, but they don't grade on that.
No,
They go
they
on
grade.
timing,
That goes
connection.
that goes in effect. All
Okay.
that goes in effect. Yeah.
It doesn't. But anyway, musicality does, and how you use your music, not the music you choose, but how you use your music. That's what goes in effect, but not the music you choose. That may rock the crowd and that may people excited, but that's not what they're judging on. They're
Okay.
judging on how you actually use it. Did you use that music that you had? Okay, use that song. Did you use the musicality? Were you on timing? Did you stay with the beat? All that kind of stuff. But anyway.
Right.
But it's nice to have a song that you love that you feeling, so that when you dance on it, you feeling that music, you're staying on beat, you're staying on your timing, all that stuff. But they don't judge on the song you chose.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So it's important to just all that stuff up. In the future we have some other stuff.
And we are going back next year, y'all. We will be back here. Bam. We planning on going to one competition a month. So, right now we was behind because Alabama didn't have the competition when we got there, but we ain't gonna talk about that no more. But this was our first for the year, right? Because Vegas was last year, right?
This was last year.
Are you sure about that?
That
Oh yeah, that was in December. Yeah.
Then we had a
And we did much better this time,
We
and so
had
we
our own
continue,
grab
we're gonna
bag.
keep going
No,
better.
and then we had our own grab bag, and then we had the event at
ASLD,
ASLD. So
okay, yeah, we
that
have
was your
them.
third one for the year. My second one for the year. I won at ASLD the first go around, and then we had another one at ASLD.
But I mean, I wanna do them out of town once a month. I don't mean in town. In town is cool, but I want to go travel and do one a month. That's the plan. So,
And so this is a good ending point.
okay. And why is H2O over here talking like he in the bedroom boom song or thing? And that's how he got up in that at the grab bag thing. When he said his name, he said, say how you say it, H2O. Say it.
H2O out of Houston, Texas.
No, that ain't how you said it. Use that stripper voice that you put on.
Huh.
Say it, H2O. Don't even try.
No, as I said, my name is H2O. I'm out of Houston, Texas.
He got up there with a stripper voice. Like, oh, it was funny.
But hey,
Okay, babe, I'm gonna go to work.
everybody, let's say a prayer and let's end it alone. Thank everybody for watching and listening to us. We love you all. Father,
Oh,
please give everybody what they need, the strength they need, the joy they need in this life and this world, and peace that they need to get by today. Give them everything that they need to get by. You are the most beautiful of the beautifulest. You are the smartest of the smarts. You are the only God. Amen. You have a wonderful day.
H2O, you talking like he smoked some weed. Did you smoke some weed? I'm gonna check and see what's going on.
You know,
Why you having his voice like you have?
drug free.
I know it, but I'm just saying.
Okay, let's see.
Should have clicked that.
In life, bam.
Today we gotta have a commercial to put.